Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. It is Dodge City A's. The A's return home to start a three-game series. They are hosting the Colorado Superior Rough Riders, a team that the A's faced on that long road trip in Colorado, a 10-12 loss for the A's. The A's looking to avenge that one here tonight, beginning with this series. This is three games, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, all 7 p.m. right here at Cavalier Field. So let's take a look at the starting lineups. We'll start with the Rough Riders. Leading off, center fielder, number 1, Sam Morris. Batting second, shortstop, number 13, Wes Miller. Batting third baseman, number 12, Keegan Soltis. Batting fourth, second baseman, number 7, Dominic Bronk. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 27, Mark Hamry. Batting sixth, first baseman, number 25, Dom Folk. Batting seventh, designated hitter, number 14, Cameron Gardner. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 34, Braden Miracle. And rounding out the lineup for the Rough Riders is the left fielder, number 20, Ryan Chacon. Starting pitcher on the mound is number 24, Jack Hamilton. We are going to step aside for the national anthem. We'll be back with the starting lineup for your Dodge City A's after this. Sam Morris leads off for the Colorado Rough Riders. Takes first pitch he sees and fouls it off and takes that one down low for ball number 1. Wes Miller at bat for the Colorado Rough Riders, 1 away. He takes the first pitch he sees, he fouls that one off, and that pitch misses, now even in the count at 1-1. One misses as well, now 2-1, and I am joined alongside by Jacob Klanowski.
So I'll be here today for the first probably 4 or 5 innings. Takes the ball up, 3-1. See, the Rough Riders last time we played them, we were up, let's see, I think we were up 8-1, and then it kind of all fell down. And then we ended up losing that game in a walk-off home run. So,
yep, lost that one 12-10 overall.
Yeah, hopefully we're not going to see that again today.
That pitch misses outside. That puts runner on first and 1 away for the Rough Riders. That will bring in Keegan Soltis. Soltis, the third baseman for the Rough Riders tonight. And yes, the A's are looking to not repeat that performance.
Let's look towards the bright side on that one.
But on a brighter note, the A's on a 3-game winning streak after sending the Denver Cougars home with 3 straight losses.
Yeah, that was nice. It's always good to get a little 3-game sweep. That's how we went into Colorado and then ended up doing fairly well over there on that 6-game road trip.
Pitch misses out. 1-1, the count to Keegan Soltis. Ethan Batista on the mound for the Dodge City A's. We'll tell you about his stats here in a little bit.
Picks over to first. Lots of time. Got about an 11-foot lead over at first. Working a 1-way lead with the left-handed pitcher. Ball up.
Pitch misses up, 2-1, the count now to Keegan Soltis.
I think that's the one thing that we probably could work on over the course of this summer is working the heading counts. I mean, it makes a huge difference. Like the difference between a 2-1 versus a 1-2 count makes all the difference, especially in the box. Yeah, and then you fall behind 3-1. Definitely doesn't help because then you're going to take an aggressive swing, probably to the left side. We'll see though. As a third baseman, I would expect him to put a good drive. Ball hit to the left side and foul.
Dominic Bronk steps in, 0-1 in the count. He'll face Ethan Batista, runner on second for the Rough Riders, and 2 away.
We got 2 strikes on him with 2 outs. See what the runner does at second base. Left-handed hitter at the dish. He's like the 4th hitter, so should see a ball to the right side, or maybe left side rather. And a sword for strike 3.
Swung on.
That was a good inning. No hits, no runs, no errors. 1 guy left on base.
We're going to keep it right here since we didn't get through the starting lineups to start the game. We'll go through the A's starting lineup now. The starting lineup for your Dodge City A's. Leading off, left fielder, number 3, Matthew Sandoval. Batting second, number 7, Tyler Toby. Batting third, first baseman, number 24, Ryan Davis. Batting fourth, right fielder, number 22, Kyle Morrell. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 9, Brendan O'Sullivan. Batting sixth, third baseman, number 2, Andrew Ramirez. Batting seventh, center fielder, number 30, Anelik Israel. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 18, Alex Cummings. And running out the lineup for your Dodge City A's is the shortstop, number 23, Brock Denbo. As I said earlier, the starting pitcher for the A's is Ethan Batista. So the A's come into tonight's contest now 13-15 overall on the season.
Looking to extend here. We got 3 games against the Rough Riders. It's not a crazy strong team, but we should see so here. The 3 games should be a good little confidence booster. Just kind of rolling off of the 3 games we just came off of. Had a day off yesterday, took some BP in the night sky. It was pretty nice. See if that translates today.
Yep. The Rough Riders, I don't have an overall on them, but we can tell you. So we'll take a look at the league standings coming into tonight's contest. It is the Liberal BJs leading at 15-1, followed by the Hayes Larks in second at 16-3. The Game Day Angels in third at 11-8, and your Dodge City A's 1 game over 500 now in league play at 10-9. Followed by the Denver Cougars at 9-14, the Colorado Springs Outlaws at 8-15, the Fort Collins Foxes at 5-14, and the Rough Riders at 4-14. So that is a look around the league standings. As we get ready for the bottom of the first, it will be Matthew Sandoval leading off for the Dodge City A's. He will
should expect a little line drive right here.
He will face the starting pitcher, Jack Hamilton. Hamilton, a righty for the Rough Riders. Hamilton will step on working from the first base side of the rubber.
Interesting, working out of the stretch to start off the game here.
First pitch that Sandoval sees inside for a strike. 0-1.
First pitch fastball ready to bang on that one. Surprised he didn't.
Pitch comes back inside. That will even the count at 1 apiece. Pitch. It is hit high and deep. It's headed out into right field. Caught by the right fielder Hamry, and out number 1 for the Dodge City A's.
Not a bad piece. Just came under a little bit. Just good 1-1 fastball swing. A little bit flatter. That ball falls in for a double. I mean, that's the difference of baseball. It's a game of inches.
That will bring in Tyler Toby. 1 away for the A's.
Maybe a ground ball up the middle here. Let's see what he does. Lots of fastballs early on. See if he recognizes that. There's another one.
Pitch inside and ball number 1.
It's a good take. Looked about down and in. Usually he likes that, but guess not. In this first pitch. All right, ball up.
2-0 the count now to Tyler Toby. The A's batting in the home half of the first inning.
See, maybe ball to the left side, 2-0, be aggressive. Oh, ball down. 3-0, see if he gives him the green light. Maybe a ground ball through the shortstop third base hole, a little 5-6 action. And he takes. All right.
3-1 now to Tyler Toby. There's a nice, big, inviting wide gap right back up the middle.
Yeah, I'd expect something there. Shortstop's playing a little bit towards third. See what he does here. Takes ball down to first.
That will be a walk to Tyler Toby, and that will bring in Ryan Davis. Runner on first now for the A's.
The big lefty out of Waco, Texas. Expect something in the gap right here. Usually he's pretty solid. He's good with runners in pretty much in any position, whether it's in runners within scoring or going from first to third. I mean, we'll see what he does here.
Shortstop has shifted back to the right towards second base a little more, but the second baseman still playing towards the gap. Ball misses, and ball number 1 to Ryan Davis.
Big lefty out of Waco, Texas. Let's see if he can put something off the wall here and ahead in the count. I don't see why not. And a ball down. 2-0, maybe something right side. See, right fielder doesn't look like he's in a crazy good position, but lots of room in right center. A lot down the line, too. There's a lot of grass here, but I guess we'll see. 2-0 Hackett. It's not a bad swing.
2-1 the count to Ryan Davis. Tyler Toby on first after drawing a walk.
Not sure if it's me, but it doesn't look like he's off very much. But he runs his steal. Ball short. Slides off the bag, but he reclaims his base. So now we got runner on first. Oh, I'm sorry.
Runner on second.
Runner on second with 1 out.
3-1 count, 2-2 count. Okay, so that was a strike.
All right. See what he does. Evens. Oh, ball right side off the bag. First baseman gets it, dives, and Davis has to hurdle him, but calls out.
An athletic move by Ryan Davis to get that hurdle off, but does move Tyler Toby over to third with 2 away, and that will bring in Kyle Morrell.
So with 2 outs, runner on third base. Let's see what he does here. He's usually pretty good from the left side. Being a switch hitter, I guess we'll see what he has to do here. Maybe ground ball at the middle, through a hole, somewhere. As far as I know, it's not the greatest of power hitters, but I guess we'll have to see what he can do. Left and center, playing a lot more shallow. Right is in the same spot, probably about 3 feet from the warning track. Let's see what he does here. Takes strike 1 away.
The zone's a little bit wider tonight than the A's may have been previously used to. 0-1.
And he takes strike 2.
Pitch catches the inner part of the zone, and now down in the count, 0-2.
See a defensive swing here, ball through the hole. Catcher lines up away, see what he does. Takes ball up and away. And we've got a 1-2 count, runner on third base, 2 outs. Outfielders haven't moved a little bit. I think left to maybe a step more in to take care of the Bermuda Triangle. Shortstop, everybody else is kind of in the same position. And he takes strike 3 on the inside part of the dish. Looked like a fastball up and in, but there's that half of the inning.
The A's leave 1 stranded. We are headed to the top of the second. Scoreless from Cavalier Field. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Leading off in the top of the second, it is Mark Hamry for the Colorado Rough Riders.
And he takes the first one to right center. Turns Izzy around, and he's going to stop in the middle. So now
lead off hit for the Rough Riders and runner aboard. That will bring in Dom Folk.
Picks over to first. Lots of time.
Folk, the first baseman tonight for the Rough Riders, played third base in the game against the Dodge City A's. That game played on June the 22nd. Takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1.
Another short lead at first base. Takes over the middle part of the dish for strike 1.
1-1 the count to Dom Folk. Folk struck out twice in the game back on the June the 22nd. Pitch is fouled off and now down in the count 1-2.
I'd say he pulled off of that pitch a little bit. It's time for a little splitter here. See what he does. It's almost like we're playing pool here. A cue ball. Takes over the outside part of the dish for strike 3. Very good.
So that will bring in Cam Gardner. Takes the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. 1 away for the Rough Riders.
And a line drive hit to left field. Runners move station to station. Ball comes back to the shortstop. And move into first and second. 1 out.
Brings in the catcher, Braden Miracle.
The last time we played him, catcher didn't really do too much. But we'll see.
Yeah. Keegan Soltis, the catcher, when we played the Rough Riders back on the 22nd. Soltis tonight playing third base. That pitch is down and out for ball number 1.
Cummings did a good job of soaking that one in, leaving the runner staying right in place. Fastball away. Now we got 2-0. First one down. Most recent one away. See if he goes in. Alex sets up in. For strike 1. Swing right through it. That was a good adjustment made. That's the Chafee baseball connection. Both Ethan and Alex played out of Chafee this most recent season, so they have the battery make. Let's see, little compact right there. I'd say they know each other the best.
It's popped up. Ryan Davis giving chase. Out number 2 now for the Rough Riders.
2 outs, runners on first and second.
That will bring in Ryan Chacon at the bottom of the order for the Rough Riders. First pitch from Batista and on the outer part of the zone for strike number 1.
Fastball away right on the outer third. A good spot to start off.
Batista comes into tonight's contest, making his 10th appearance overall for the Dodge City A's and his 4th start. Pitch is fouled off and down in the count quickly, 0-2.
If you watched, he swayed his body very much to the right side. See if he goes away. Either a slider away or a splitter down. I think it'll get him. We'll see. Sure enough, fastball away. Taken for strike 3.
That will end the inning for the Rough Riders. We are headed to the bottom of the 2nd. It will be Brendan O'Sullivan, Andrew Ramirez, and Menelik Israel due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. We are headed to the bottom of the 2nd. Brendan O'Sullivan leading off for the Dodge City A's. Let's take a look at the defense for the Rough Riders. We'll go from left to right, starting in the outfield. It is Ryan Chacon, Sam Morris, and Mark Hamry. Around the infield, Keegan Soltis, Wes Miller, Dominic Bronk, and Dom Falk. Jack Hamilton on the mound for the Rough Riders, and he throws first pitch strike to Brendan O'Sullivan. Braden Miracle behind the mound behind home plate to complete the battery for the Rough Riders.
2 fastballs back to back. One on the outer third. One, up to Sullivan here. Let's see what he does with the even count.
That one misses outside, and for those of you that are watching along on the live stream, watch as Jack Hamilton starts to come set. Right now he puts his leading foot down. Now that he's got his sign, he will, I don't know if he tamps right in front of the rubber.
That was interesting. He was late on a 2-1 pitch. Sully's usually pretty solid with that one. But I do understand what he's trying to say here. His feet are very offset after he comes set on the rubber, but he never stops his foot. He'll bounce and then come straight to the plate. He'll stop for maybe half a second. Throw a fastball, fouled off for the first base side.
So we'll do the 2-2 count over again.
But it's interesting, he's working out of the stretch to begin with. Usually guys who are pitchers for as long as we've played for, they'll work out of the windup with nobody on, and then a stretch obviously with runners on. But here comes the 3-2 pitch.
The payoff pitch from Hamilton. That one's fouled off back into the net. We'll do the payoff over again.
That was a fastball, fouled straight back. Catcher didn't move at all. He was lined up right over the middle of the dish. So far, from what I remember, he's only thrown maybe a couple off-speed pitches. He threw a curveball up to O'Sullivan, but see what he does here, 3-2. Another fastball up and in, taken for ball 4.
Leadoff runner aboard for the Dodge City A's. That will bring in Andrew Ramirez.
He's a very fastball-heavy pitcher, so that shows a lot of inexperience. That or he just feels confident with the fastball. Doesn't look like he's moved very much. Looks pretty flat to me. Let's see what he does. Andrew's a pretty good fastball-hitting guy. Takes, all right. Ball must have been down. Looked like it was over a white part of the dish, but maybe lower than the knees. Obviously not what he liked. Taking ball in, another fastball. That first pitch may have been a changeup. I mean, it's not easy to tell up here, especially with no gun. So, I mean,
Pitch locations and speed are much more difficult to see at this angle.
Yeah, holy, nice swing, rip.
That one was hit high. It cleared the light poles as it goes out of play, and now 2-1 the count to Andrew Ramirez.
That was a good 2-0 hack. See what he does again here. 2-1, still ahead in the count. I don't see why not. I mean, as a hitter, looking for one pitch, one zone, let it eat. Same thing, fastball up. Taking for 3-1.
One thing we can see early in this game is with the pitcher Jack Hamilton, the fastball is usually going to miss up or in.
Yeah, he hasn't missed away much. Oh, tapper back to the mound. And thrown to the second baseman. And the ball is on the ground. Shortstop making chase. We can write that as an error on the pitcher.
Yep.
E1. I've never seen a pitcher throw it right to the second baseman before. Usually that doesn't happen, but that again could show inexperience or nerves, either or. Yeah, that would be a throwing error on the pitcher there. Now we got Izzy at the plate, freshman out of Duke University. Ball down.
You 1-0. I'm still kind of in awe of the last series of events.
Yeah, that was very interesting. Like the second baseman was like standing off to the side, and then he's like, "Oh,
he was like maybe a foot away from the bag."
Yeah,
like
and then the ball somehow ended up on the ground. Like I don't know if he like hot potatoed it to the shortstop, and then the shortstop was like, "Oh, I don't want this. What are you doing?" Because by that time the runner was already on second, like sliding in to break up the double play if they had a chance for one. Andrew doesn't have the greatest of speed, but it's ball well. And then that's ball down. Catcher's bobbling it for 3-0.
3-0 the count to Izzy. Runners on first and second for the Dodge City A's, and nobody out here in the bottom of the second. I have to wonder if maybe Hamilton isn't someone that they brought up. I know a lot of the Colorado teams will have 18, 17, 16U teams that are sometimes feeder teams for those groups that maybe that's someone that they brought up to help fill in.
Yeah, earlier this game, the guy walking out to the mound obviously could be the manager. He was at third base, and before I came up here, he was talking to one of our Colorado guys about how they have, like you said, the feeder teams. And then he didn't say this pitcher specifically, but he did mention the different Rough Rider teams around the area in Colorado. So we'll see if the inexperience again shows. He just walked Izzy on 4 straight pitches. Alex is a pretty solid hitter. He's currently committed to Stanislaus State in the CCAA Division II in California. He's a local SoCal guy out of Harupa Valley. Went to Harupa Valley High and then Chaffee, played under Andy Smith, and then let's see how he does at Stan State with no outs and the bases loaded. We'll see what he does here. See if he's maybe a tad bit passive or really aggressive. I mean, there was 4 balls in a row, so we'll see.
Well, Jack Hamilton has thrown 34 pitches in this game, now 35, and 16 of those have been strikes.
That last one looked like it was right over the heart of the plate, right over Broadway. That's usually where he likes it. I think for him personally, it would be he likes more so down and in, but that's middle down for a ball.
1-1 the count to Alex Cummings, and he's looking to possibly break this one open with the big inning.
And a ball down and in to Alex for 2-1.
If I remember correctly, Alex's parents are here, or were coming in for this series.
And 2-1 driven to left field. That will score 2. Izzy held up at second base. Ball into the third baseman. Very nice.
A's take an early 2-0 lead on the RBI single from Alex Cummings. That will bring in.
Very nice. Hard hit ball. That was a 2-1 count. Very aggressive. Like I've been saying, aggressive swing to the left side. I mean, usually that's what happens as a righty. There will be a courtesy runner for him at first base. Looks like number 11, Ben Smedhammer.
Smedhammer, normally a pitcher, will be doing base running tonight for the Dodge City A's, and it is Brock Denbo at the plate. Nobody out. Runners on first and second.
That was a ball up and in. Again, fastball. Let's see if he changes anything up. With a catching background, I have learned a thing or two, and if he's missing a lot with fastball, why not throw a curveball or changeup or something not a fastball? But this catcher seems to believe in his fastball, and I mean, he's been missing quite often, but let's see if he makes any adjustments. That mound meeting didn't look like it affected too much, but hopefully we can take advantage and see how it goes. And that's ball 3 down in the dirt, like down and in.
3-0 the count to Brock Denbo.
I'd say another aggressive swing to the left side. His BP this morning in the cages was pretty solid. So let's see what he does with the 3-0 pitch. Takes right down Broadway. Probably wishes he had that one back. Maybe a little gap shot, that would help. Looks like left field is shaded maybe a step to the line. Right field's in, probably a lot more than he was earlier. And that's ball 4. It was like middle up.
A 5-pitch walk to Brock Denbo, and that will load the bases again. Still nobody out. We return back to the top of the order with Matthew Sandoval. Sandoval flew out his first time up. He steps into the box, hitting .284 on the season, a .411 on-base percentage.
And he takes ball down and away. I'd say be fairly selective here. He's thrown a lot of balls away from the zone, but he'll have to come in
Hopefully
at least
the
once.
A's dugout has been paying attention to pitching patterns, because we've definitely been able to work deep into counts.
Yeah, both that and whole steady diet of fastballs. I don't think I've seen an off-speed pitch more than 3 times yet. There's
Pitch.
another fastball right over, looked like the middle of the plate.
Over the plate, but it was up definitely at the letters.
Yeah, it had to be.
High for ball number 2. 2-1 the count now to Matthew Sandoval. Nobody or no bases open.
Can't really put him anywhere. Working around him so far. I mean, 3-1, bases juice. What really can you do? This is looks like a good time to open up the game here. He's a pretty solid hitter. Expect something into right center gap. But maybe in the hole. There's a big hole from second base to it's a 3-4 hole. Ball up and away. Walks in a run.
Walks in a run. The A's now lead 3-0. That will bring in Tyler Toby. Toby walked on his last time up. Tyler Toby on the season, he's hitting .333 coming into tonight's contest. You know what? That is not right. Yeah, that is. .333 on the season. And a .385 on-base percentage.
Let's see what he does here. Bases juice, no outs. And he takes down in the dirt. Ball trickling towards third base. So Ben does not run.
The A's giving the Rough Riders a break on that one as the catcher Miracle was not in a hurry to get to that ball.
With a pitcher running at third base, I wouldn't expect him to go. He's an athletic kid, but I don't know if he's fast enough to beat him, especially with the ball rolling that way.
Pitch is fouled off, and that will even the count. Or nope. Sorry. 2-1.
I thought it was
No, that is. That evens the count at 1 apiece.
yeah, 1-1. Scoreboard's confusing us over here.
I should learn to trust myself sometimes.
Same here. One thing that I've learned is the scoreboard is always wrong, and now we have a 1-2 count.
Scoreboard's not always wrong, but sometimes.
Always, sometimes, 60% of the time, all the time. You know, it's baseball. Exactly. So see what he does here. These last 2 swings were looked like protective swings. I mean, he started the count at pretty much 1-0, and the last one was off the hands. Last one was like a check swing. See what he does 1-2. And he takes ball down and away, gets behind the catcher. Ben scores easily, and the following runners for second and third with no outs. Looks like he's gripping the ball a tad bit tight here. Let's see how that affects him in the next pitch. Again, not very many off-speed pitches, mostly fastballs that he's been pretty much choking it, so the ball's in the dirt, he just grips too tight. Late release point.
A's leading 4-0. That ball's hit high. It's headed out into right field. The right fielder playing in. The throw home will not be in time, and the A's now lead 5-0. The first out of the inning for the Dodge City A's, and that will bring in Ryan Davis.
That was a good piece by Tyler Toby to put it out to far enough in right for Denbo to tag up and score easily. First base cut it off, so there was no throw, but still a good piece to make the score 5-0 with a runner on second base and 1 out. Brings up Ryan Davis. Looks like left field is still shaded, probably 2-ish steps to the line, and taken for a ball down.
Davis steps in 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. He is hitting .301 on the season, a .362 on-base percentage. Runner on second for the A's.
Taken outside, looked like down the river. If anything, it would be on the black, maybe half a ball out. Not something he's looking for with a 1-0 count.
Have been calling the outer edge a little more consistently. That ball hit on a rope out into left center field. It'll drop in.
And a roll to the wall.
Davis is digging for second. He'll be in safely with a stand-up double. That scores Matthew Sandoval. The A's now lead 6-0.
That was a very good piece with a 1-1 count, driven into left center, ended up rolling to the wall. If he had Izzy's speed, he'd probably be on third base, or he would have scored easily. He did that the other day. Smoked the ball to the wall, scored.
Inside the park home run the other night. Kind of put the icing on the cake in that game.
Very much so. That was exciting to watch.
That brings in Kyle Morrell. Morrell struck out looking his first time up. Takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. Kyle Morrell hitting .313 on the season, a .429 on base percentage.
And a ball smoked to right, but caught, and Davis is just retreating. And we got 2 outs.
2 away now for the Dodge City A's. That brings in Brendan O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan walked on his first time up.
Freshman out of Delta College, Northern California guy.
And with the out from Kyle Morrell, the A's have now gone through the batting order. Starting over again with Brendan O'Sullivan.
Let's see what he does here with 2 outs, runner on second base. Not the fastest, most fleet of foot of guys, but curveball, slider, something off speed. There will be number 4-ish that I've seen for strike 1.
Yep. O'Sullivan led off the inning. He walked on and was moved around and came in to score.
Back to the fastball, down and in for ball 1.
Brendan O'Sullivan hitting .325 on the season, a .411 on base percentage.
Another fastball on the outer third, taken for strike 2. Let's see what he does here. Maybe a defensive swing coming up here. Ball to the right side. Doesn't look like he's changed much in his two-strike approach. Maybe shorten up the leg kick. Let's see what he does. Davis on the move. Curveball, fouled back. Going to repeat the 1-2 count. There's maybe the 5th or 6th off-speed pitch. Maybe a tad bit late after the A's have put up 6 runs in the second inning, but I guess we'll see. Back to the fastball. Fell straight back off the umpire's mask. We'll repeat the 1-2 count after the catcher takes a walk out to Jack Hamilton. Maybe he's telling him, hey, what's for dinner? Or maybe he'll throw another off-speed pitch, see what he does with it. Or maybe another fastball. Who knows?
Or let's throw something and get out of this inning.
That's probably a good little comment there, too.
Hamilton now with 63 pitches in this game. 29 of those have been strikes.
Sounds like an arm injury and a half. He's got that many pitches through two innings. And
an inning and 2/3.
Yeah, an inning and 2/3, and there's a ghost in the bullpen. Casper is warming up down there.
They must be wearing some of those camouflage uniforms that we've been seeing. They're well hidden.
Very. And a ball hit in the hole. Third base got it and bobbled it, threw the ball away. So that'll score Davis. So O'Sullivan run into second. It was a good, well-hit ball to the left side if the third baseman would have held on to it. Sort of in the hole, but enough to make him bobble it. So that puts us up to 7-0 in the bottom of the second inning with 2 outs. Brings to the dish Andrew Ramirez.
Andrew Ramirez stepping in. He got on, strangely enough, by an error his last at bat.
He hit a hot shot about 35 miles an hour off the bat to the pitcher, who threw it to the second baseman, who was about a foot off the bag. So let's see if we can catch a barrel right here. Fouled off the first one, about middle in.
Fouled off. Andrew Ramirez steps in. He's hitting now .237 on the season, a .378 on base percentage. 0-1 count, 2 away for the Dodge City A's, and now Brendan O'Sullivan on second. A's leading 7-0.
And another curveball for strike 2.
Curveball.
Interesting. That was maybe the 6th or 7th one that we've seen so far. I mean, it's not a bad pitch. That one looked like
It's actually, he's got a good curveball working when he
Yeah.
throws it.
when he throws it. I mean, he waited about 7 runs too late, but let's see if he gets more comfortable with it. I mean, it is only the 2nd inning. Usually by the 1st or 2nd, you get out of the inning throwing enough fastballs, but when you walk the house and have a couple of balls thrown away and that sort of thing, O'Sullivan diving into third base on the check swing foul ball by Andrew Ramirez. We're going to have to overdo the 0-2 pitch, 0-2 count.
The little excuse me hack from Andrew Ramirez.
Yes, very much so. That was the maybe I want to swing, maybe I don't. Let's get a piece of it so I don't have to go back to the dugout with a K on my shoulder. But let's see what he does here with the 0-2 pitch. O'Sullivan bouncing around, and the ball spiked about 45 feet off the catcher, and O'Sullivan retreating back to second base for some reason. There was no time called on the pitch. I'm not sure why he didn't go to third. I mean, it is 7-0, but he was running the wrong way after he probably went up past near the umpire about maybe 5 feet from him. That would be an easy run to third, and then give Andrew a good chance to score here with second base having a big, huge hole on 3-4 side, but we'll see. And he fouls it back over the press box again. So
That will send several of the little kids running through the stands. Foul balls here at Cavalier Field. You can go retrieve them and turn them into the concession stand for $1.
It's not a bad. It's not a bad technique. I'm surprised they don't do that elsewhere because baseballs are not cheap. I'd say like anywhere from $9 to $10 per, and to get it back for $1 from happy little kids. And Andrew sends a ball.
Ball's hit
to the
high and deep.
warning
It's headed to
track,
left field.
and
It bounces
not
off the
caught.
wall.
And Andrew's
Andrew Ramirez
rolling
in
into second base.
safely at second with a stand-up double. The A's now lead 8-0.
That was a very nice 1-2 hack. Drove it off the maybe the anywhere from the V to the I in Cavalier. Looked like he kind of tomahawked it. Looks like the first baseman's going in the dugout to maybe grab his glove to go warm up. And Hamilton is finished after giving up 8 runs.
So Jack Hamilton will go 1 2/3 innings. We will see. It will be
Number 25. Have a name for you shortly.
Dom Folk now taking over pitching duties for, well, maybe.
Or he could be going to left, and maybe the left fielder is
Yeah.
going to take the ball from him.
We'll tell you about the defensive changes for the Rough Riders when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball.
Got Izzy to the dish. Taking the ball down. Got a 1-0 count.
All right, we're back on.
And a jam shot hit to right. And it'll be caught by the second baseman.
So that will end the inning for the A's. The defensive changes for the Rough Riders. So we'll go through this before we step aside. From left to right now in the outfield is Keegan Soltis, Sam Morris, and Mark Hamry. Around the infield it is Dom Folk, Wes Miller, Dominic Bronk, and Cameron Gardner. The new pitcher for the Rough Riders was Ryan Chacon, and Braden Miracle still behind home plate for the Rough Riders. The A's take an 8-0 lead after 2 innings. We are headed to the top of the third. You have been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Take this opportunity to thank our Grand Slam sponsors: the City of Dodge City and Ford County, Curbs Law Office, McDonald's School Enterprises LLC, Lewis Automotive Group, Lauren Dahl, and the Community Foundation of Southwest Kansas. Thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. We are headed into the top of the third. The A's with an 8-0 lead, and it is Sam Morris leading off to face Ethan Batista, now out for his third inning of work.
And he swung through a splitter on that one. It was a good first pitch offering after being down for, maybe that might have been a 30-minute inning, 25 at the most.
It was a long one.
Yeah, it's tough to come out after that. I'm surprised he came out with the first pitch strike. It's usually pretty tough when you're sitting down for that long and come back out. But let's see what he does here. And a sword for an outside pitch.
Big swing and a miss, and down in the count 1-2 is Morris. Morris flew out his first time up.
Longer, lanky right-handed hitter. See what he does. Takes ball up and away. Another fastball.
2-2 the count now to Sam Morris. The A's probably looking for a quick inning here.
That would be ideal, but let's see.
That one's
Straight
popped
back
up.
Coming back to us.
It's going to buzz the tower here at the press box, and we'll do the 2-2 over again.
Maybe a splitter is a good time for it. That'd be nice.
Three, two, full count. We'll see the payoff pitch from Ethan Batista. Come set.
And
Pitch.
a ball struck well to right. Let's see if Morel gets under it. Took a couple of stutter steps, but he ended up making the catch for the first out.
Out number 1 for the Rough Riders, and that will bring in Wes Miller. The Rough Riders started back over at the top of the order with this in this inning. Wes Miller now at bat. He is 0 for 0. He walked on his first time up. Pitch up high, now 1-0.
down the middle, but up. So we got a 1-0 count. And that was lower, but still a ball. Alex turns around, asks umpire, hey, where'd that one miss? Probably down.
The 2-0 delivery from Batista.
Let's expect the ball to the left side or taken for ball 3 on the inside part of the dish. Same thing goes. Bogdanbo and Andrew Ramirez maybe expecting a ball here. Andrew's playing probably 5 feet from the line, which is a bit interesting considering there's a big hole right there. Takes strike number 1. But yeah, usually heading the count, that's where a lot of righties tend to gravitate towards. Not usually down the line, but in that hole.
Swing and a miss, and that
Swings for that
will
one.
be a full count. Wes Miller in the game against the A's back on June the 22nd. Scored one run, drove one in, walked on once, and struck out twice.
And taken down and in for ball 4. Looked like it was
That one
down the
looked like
river
it
on the
was.
inside part of the dish, but maybe down.
Nonetheless, runner aboard for the Rough Riders, and that will bring in Keegan Soltis. Soltis, 0 for 1, struck out swinging his first time up.
Looking for a double play here and the inning. Make it quick. Go back to offense.
Davis going to apply the tag and keep it on just to make sure.
The turf is playing on the turf is funny here because you could very easily fall off the bag in less than a second. Picks over again, twice in a row. Same sort of same move.
One of the things that people who come into Cavalier that don't necessarily know about it, we saw it. You can easily slide off the bag at second.
Yep. 3rd pickoff in a row. Let's see if he does it again. It's definitely cost us a lot of base runners. I'd say anywhere from 5 to 6, maybe even 7 runners. Like, you have the bag stolen easily, and then you're going so fast, momentum takes you off, and then umpire still watching, holds a tag on you, obviously you're out, and then same thing at third base. You just kind of fly right past it, and that could sort of cost you, but we haven't seen it any more than once so far, so maybe we will tonight.
Yeah, one delivery catches the outer part of the zone, now down in the count, 0-2. One away for the Rough Riders with runner on first.
Take him for strike 2. See if he throws over again. Or just punches him out. That would be nice too. Ball up and away.
The A's leading this one 8-0. 8 runs, 3 hits, no errors.
Taking for a ball up and away. We got a 2-2 count. Back to evens. See if he stays up to the middle part of the field. Everybody's playing mostly straight up. Ball hit deep to left. Looks like a warning track over his head. And the runner is going to try to score. Scores
Will
easily.
score run. So an RBI double for Keegan Soltis.
That was a very good approach to the 2-2 pitch. Drove it over the left fielder, not too far from the 348 sign in left. It's kind of tough to see where the ball landed. There's a pretty big shadow over there. We can't exactly see it from here from the press box, but it nonetheless was crushed. Lefty-righty matchup. Usually the righties, right-handed hitters, see the lefties pretty well. Taken for strike 1.
Brings in Dominic Bronk. Bronk struck out his first time up. A's leading 8-1. One away here in the top of the 3rd. That one misses outside.
Evens up the count at 1-1. And that would be a Strike 2 over the middle part of the dish. Looked like it had a little bit of movement on it. Maybe a slider, cutter.
Ethan Batista working quickly.
And a ball smoked to right. One hop to Kyle. And he will throw it over the cut man. Back to Alex with the pump fake throw to back to first. And that makes it runners on the corners with only one out.
That will bring in Mark Hamry. Hamry singled his last time up.
Yeah, I think that last one was very too good to let up. Ball smoked to Toby. Back to first for double play.
That will line drive double play. That will end the inning for the Cougars. We are headed to the bottom of the third. It will be Alex Cummings, Brock Denbo, and Matthew Sandoval due up when we return. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. We are headed into the bottom of the third. Alex Cummings leading off for the Dodge City A's. He singled his last time up. Cummings steps into the box. He is hitting .231 on the season, a .351 on-base percentage.
Smoked the ball to left for 2 RBIs.
Out to face Ryan Chacon, who came in to get the final out of the second inning.
That was a ball up and away.
Currently in the count at 1-0.
Fell back over to the first base side.
Ryan Chacon on the mound now for the Rough Riders. He works from the first base side of the rubber. Rough Riders tonight, black t-shirt top, white numbers and letters, white pants.
Curveball up and away. It's very interesting to see like summer ball teams wearing white pants, especially on the road. Like typically you have 2 pairs of pants, one gray, one white. It's interesting to see. The last team we played here, the Denver Cougars, were wearing white pants as well. Could be a Colorado thing, who knows. Fastball up and away, taken for ball 3. See what he does here. Maybe expect the ball to the left side. He likes to go that way. Maybe expecting a fastball. Let's see what he does. Got a fastball. Taken for strike 2. Surprised he didn't go the other way with it. Clearly wasn't what he was looking for.
The payoff pitch from Chacon. Misses down, and once again, the leadoff runner aboard for the Dodge City A's. That will bring in Brock Denbo. Denbo walked on his last time up. He steps into the box, hitting .210 on the season, a .342 on-base percentage. The A's will once again send Ben Smedshammer out onto the base paths, the courtesy runner.
Brock up to the dish. with runner on first. Second base playing closer to the bag. Not assuming he's going to run, but we'll see. And a ball hit to shortstop.
Chopper hit to short. Throw to second. And a throw to first. That will be the double play. Now 2 away for the A's.
Well, that was a tad bit unfortunate. See if we can get a long inning. Get 3 runs, and then kind of roll from there.
Back at the top of the order for the Dodge City A's, it is Matthew Sandoval. Sandoval 0 for 1. He walked on his last time up. Matthew Sandoval steps in. He takes the first pitch he sees for a ball.
Fastball way away.
Sandoval steps in with 25 hits on the season. 19 singles, 3 doubles, 1 triple, and 2 home runs. The 1-1 delivery from Chacon.
Curveball taken up. Let's see if we get any more of those. Fastball away.
Pitch is fouled off, and that will even the count at 2 apiece. As they will say, it is deuces wild on the board.
Curveball taken up for 3-2.
Full count now to Matthew Sandoval.
Full count.
The payoff pitch from Chacon.
Taken for ball 4.
Inside at the ribs of Matthew Sandoval, and will put a runner aboard, 2 away. That brings in Tyler Toby. Tyler Toby 0 for 0. Hit into a sac fly his last time up. So Tyler Toby steps in. He has 20 hits on the season, 18 singles and 2 doubles.
Fastball down the river. Taken for strike 1. That's probably a half a ball out. Fire him, being a right-handed hitter, being a huge hole, 3-4 side. Go with it. Oh, and he does. And it's off the
Ball is misplayed by the first baseman. No play to be made.
It's a jam shot hit to the right side. Kind of
give that a infield single to Tyler Toby.
I'd say an infield single is generous, but I mean, considering he got his glove on it, but it did go a fair ways away from him. I don't know. We'll see. It's a tough call to make. I think they gave him the air.
He did get a glove on it. I'll give you that.
Yeah. And a lot of times when you get a glove on it, then it's, I guess they consider it playable. First pitch from Davis fell straight back off the pole.
Runners on first and second for the A's. Ryan Davis. He doubled his last time up. That evens a count at 1 apiece. Ryan Davis with 22 hits on the season, 10 singles, 9 doubles, 2 triples, and 1 home run.
Swing through that fastball. Very aggressive 1-1 swing. See what he does with the 1-2. Maybe a backside gap again for a double. Give maybe an RBI or 2. Ball hit to the left side. Looks like it's going out of play.
It's going to drop out of play outside the fence, and we'll do the 1-2 over again.
It's the right idea, going the other way. Just a tad bit too late, to say the least.
1-2 offering outside and evens the count at 2 apiece.
Another off-speed pitch down and away. Deuce is wild once again here. Runners on first and second. See what Waco, Texas does here. And he hits the ball back to the pitcher. Now it's a foot race.
Tossed to first in time. That will end the inning for the A's. We are headed to the top of the fourth. The A's leading this one 8-1. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. We're going to take this opportunity to thank our home run sponsors, Rabine Brothers Law Firm, Conant Construction LLC, Parker Haskins Insurance Incorporated, Duke Energy, Edward Jones Melanie Harshberger, Town Place Suites by Marriott, and EDF Renewables Incorporated Spearville 3 Wind Project. Thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. We're headed into the top of the fourth. The A's leading 8-1. Dom Folk leading off for the Rough Riders. He steps in 0 for 1, struck out looking his last time up. He'll face Ethan Batista, now out for his fourth inning of work. The 0-1 delivery from Batista. That one swung on and tapped foul, and down in the count quickly. 0-2 is Dom Folk. Sun beginning the process of setting here at Cavalier Field. Shadows starting to stretch across the field.
It's interesting to see the lights haven't been turned on yet. The other day, the sun was very up like this. Ball hit to right center. Izzy giving chase.
A shoestring catch by Izzy, and
makes the catch.
Out number 1 for the Rough Riders.
Wow, that was interesting. He kept running like he missed it, but made the catch.
That will bring in Cam Gardner. Gardner singled his last time up.
Next out, number 14, Cam Gardner.
Showing lots of range in center field. Very, very fast center fielder. Runs about a 6'2" to a 6'4", 60 time. Just really fast.
First pitch in for strike number 1.
It's good to see the last two hitters for the first pitch strike. It's always good to work ahead in counts. First pitch is usually the most crucial pitch in the at-bat. Taken. Interesting. That looked like a strike.
1-1 the count to Cam Gardner. Ball's swung on, it's hit, it's going down the first base line.
Into the Bermuda Triangle and caught by
Davis giving chase to it. He come up with it with Tyler Toby right behind him. 2 away for the Rough Riders.
That was tab it off. Toby talking to him right now saying, hey, that was kind of my ball, but I mean, you made the catch, so it doesn't really matter. But usually in that Bermuda Triangle, second base has priority over first base, and right field has priority over second baseman. But Waco ended up taking the catch, so nothing hurt. We got 0-1 count.
That brings in Braden Miracle, the catcher. Miracle 0 for 1, flew out his last time up. Takes second pitch he sees outside, ball number 1.
1-1 count with 2 outs, nobody on. Bautista working out of the first base side of the rubber. Out of the stretch with the slider over the dish.
Say he went around. That gets Miracle down in the count 1-2 with 2 away. The A's looking to make quick work of this inning.
Not sure if he called it on the swing or the pitch because it was very much so a strike, and he swords on that one. Strike 3.
Strikeout swinging. The Rough Riders go down 1-2-3. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th. It will be Kyle Morrell, Brendan O'Sullivan, and Andrew Ramirez due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. We are headed to the bottom of the 4th. The A's leading this one 8-1. As you just joining us, the A's scored all 8 of their runs in the bottom of the 2nd. We are headed into the bottom of the 4th. Ryan Chacon on the mound for now his 2nd inning of work. That will bring in Kyle Morrell. Morrell 0 for 2 on the game. Flew out his last time up. Morrell steps in.
Takes strike 1 on the outside part of the dish.
Kyle Morrell on the season. 25 hits, 18 singles, 4 doubles, 1 triple, 2 home runs. One misses outside and evens a count at 1 apiece.
Ball taken, up and away. 2-1 count. Expects something to the left side. Left fielder is playing in the shadow, more towards the line than anything. Center is shallow, and right is shallow as well. There it is.
Ball hit back at third baseman, a diving catch. 1 away for the A's.
It's a pretty solid 2-1 swing. Just got around it and hooked it straight to the third baseman on the line.
That will bring in. Brings in Brendan O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan 0 for 1. On an error his last time up. Soley steps into the box. 27 hits on the season, 21 singles, 2 doubles, and 4 home runs. Pitch down for ball number 1.
Fastball taken away for ball
2.
Yeah, ball 2.
Ball 2. Lots of baseball left to be played. The A's will face these Rough Riders again tomorrow night and in Thursday night.
Just about hits him.
7 p.m. starts right here at Cavalier Field. 3-0 count now to Brendan O'Sullivan.
Let's see what he does here at the 3-0 pitch. Swings through it on the inside part of the dish for strike 1. Usually a pretty healthy hat coming. 3-0. Let's see what he does here. Takes down the river, maybe outer third. Looked like very much a strike from up here. Let's see what he does. 3-2. Second base shades a little bit more over towards first.
The payoff pitch from Chacon.
Taken for ball 4 on the outside part.
Misses high and outside. Runner aboard for the Dodge City A's with 1 away. That will bring in Andrew Ramirez. Ramirez 1 for 2 on the evening. Doubled his last time up. Andrew Ramirez steps into the box. 14 hits, 10 singles, 2 doubles, 1 triple, and 1 home run. Let's not forget that home run, his first of ever, a grand slam.
See if he does another tomahawk to the fence. See if O'Sullivan can make it to third. Show off the speed. Ball taken way away, about 2 or 3 balls off the dish. 2-0.
A 2-0 delivery to Ramirez.
O'Sullivan looks like he's got about a 6-foot lead, and a ball hit way up to the right fielder. Coming in on it. Makes the catch. Sullivan retreats to first, and Ramirez walks back to the dugout. Brings up Izzy.
That will bring in Izzy, 2 away for the Dodge City A's. Izzy steps in. He's 0 for 1, flew out his last time up. Izzy with 4 hits on the season. Joined the team later in June. 1 single, 1 double, and 2 home runs. Izzy and Coach Woodruff in a bit of a foot race to go get the ball that was fouled off. Woody wins that one. He'll retreat back to the coach's box at third base. Artie Ramirez in the first base coach's box for the Dodge City A's.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen him out of the dugout today. Looks like a fastball up and away.
Evens the count at 1 apiece.
Let's see if he can unload on a ball to the left side. Usually it's not the easiest to see in left, especially with the sun setting. Clouds setting behind us. Ball tends to turn invisible sometimes. Taken for strike 2.
There's one thing about Cavalier Field. It is a south-north facing field.
Taken for ball 2 up. Now we got Deuces Wild. Let's see, maybe working back to gap. His left side is very open. That's I would venture to say that's probably Izzy's favorite side to hit it, is left center. Catch some backspin. We'll see, here he goes. Ball taken up, jam shot over the shortstop, just enough. Moving O'Sullivan to second, and Izzy with the single.
Single will put Izzy on first. Runners on first and second now, and that brings in the catcher, Alex Cummings. Cummings steps into the box.
If it wasn't for the good old bomb bat, Izzy would have some firewood there, take it to the bonfire. But thankfully it wasn't. The bomb bat is the, let's see, composite wood sort of mixture, and toss it up there, and makes for an unbreakable bat. Alex takes ball 1 for up and away.
Alex Cummings 1 for 1. He walked on his last time up. Cummings steps in, he's got 15 hits on the season.
Foul ball over the dugout, hits the light pole, and comes back towards Artie at first base.
15 hits on the season, 10 singles, 4 doubles, 1 triple.
That'd be nice to see him run out another triple. I believe that triple was in Colorado against the Game Day Angels. It was the first Friday we got up there. Ball hit to the second baseman. Takes his time, flips it to first for the third out.
Ground out will end the inning for the Dodge City A's. A's still leading this one 8-1. We're headed to the top of the 5th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Take this opportunity to thank our triple sponsor, Cargill Meat Solutions. Thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. We are headed into the top of the 5th. Ethan Batista back out on the mound for his 5th inning of work. He will face Ryan Chacon leading off for the Rough Riders. Chacon steps in. He is 0 for 1. Struck out looking his first time up. Chacon will take the first pitch he sees down for ball 1.
Oh, ground ball, third base, taking for a backhand. See if he shows it off, and he does.
The
Very
throw
nice play.
from Andrew Ramirez to Ryan Davis in time and one quickly away for the Rough Riders. That brings in Sam Morris. Morris 0 for 2 on this game. Flew out his last time up.
Ground ball, second base. Slowly
Miller
jogging
by-
out of the box for out number 2.
2 quickly away for the Rough Riders. That will bring in Wes Miller. Miller has walked both times he's been at the plate.
See what he does here. Maybe he takes a pitch or two. I mean, there's only been that's the 4th pitch of the inning. Didn't take it, but he swung through it.
Swing and a miss, and down in the count 0-1 is Miller.
Usually when you have quick innings, guys in the dugout will go up and down and say, hey, hitters, take a pitch. Let the pitcher get a second. But he takes that one for 0-2. Because pitchers don't usually like to go out after the 3 or 4 pitch innings, but
Especially when your
There it
pitcher
is.
leads off the inning as the batter. Strikeout, that
Yeah.
will end the inning for the Rough Riders. We are headed to the bottom of the 5th. Brock Denbo, Matthew Sandoval, and Tyler Toby due up for the A's when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. We are headed into the bottom of the fifth. A's leading 8-1. Brock Denbo back up for the Dodge City A's at the bottom of the order. He will face Ryan Chacon. Denbo 0 for 1. Grounded out his last time up.
Ball hit sharply to third. Lobbed over to first, but in time to, or not in time.
Nope, it
Hold
was
on.
in time, but pulled the first baseman, Cameron Gardner, off the bag. And leadoff error and one aboard for the Dodge City A's.
First pitch hacking. It's a good little spot for the 9-hitter. I mean, third base nonchalantly just threw it over there and didn't really have much intent with that throw. So it evidently pulled him off. But
So that will
Be
bring
error
us back to
number
the top
4.
of the order with Matthew Sandoval. Sandoval 0 for 1. Walked on his last time up. Takes the first pitch he sees for ball 1. Matthew Sandoval with 12 RBIs on the season and has scored 24 runs of his own.
Oh.
Pitch comes in and hits the shin guards of the catcher.
that's what we
Dembo
call
digging
the,
for third.
That's what we call the ejecto middle right there for the catcher. Ball going pretty close to their dugout. Denbo automatically taking second. Didn't really stop much. There might have been half a stutter step to take a look where the ball is. Catcher nonchalantly picking it up. Takes third easily. So now we got a 2-0 count.
So the what did you call that?
The ejecto middle. It's a reference from the Fast and Furious. If you pay close attention to what they say, I believe it's a scene with Paul Walker, and they call it the ejecto seato. But in baseball, there's no seats, so we
Yeah.
call it the ejecto middle. And that one's taken for strike one on the outer part of the dish.
3-1 the count now to Matthew Sandoval. Sandoval, dangerous person to have on base for the Dodge City A's. That one up and in, and
Taken for ball 4.
runners on the corners now for the A's. That will bring in Tyler Toby. Tyler Toby is 0 for 1 in this game. Got on an error his last time up. As the A's are making their now 4th trip around the batting order. Toby,
Let's see what Toby does with no outs, runners on the corners. Jam shot over the Rough Riders dugout for strike 1.
Toby
That's-
with 4 RBIs on the season and has scored 18 runs of his own.
Usually with the 0-0 count, you don't see what he just did there. Ball off the hands. Sandoval takes second. Ball all the way down. Throws up. Sandoval stays on the bag.
Sandoval was hanging on for
Still on
dear
base.
life on that one.
Yeah, he definitely was on that one.
Runners now at second and third. 1-1 the count now to Tyler Toby.
I'd say stay fairly aggressive here. You're up a touchdown. Ball in the dirt. But with Toby's pretty usually, good hitter. Decent build. Let's see if he can put one over left field. He's not playing too far from the warning track. Maybe find some grass over there and left.
Ball misses outside. 3-1 to Tyler Toby. Dylan Weaver now the coach down in the first base coach's box for the A's. Ball's popped up the elevator chute well up over the press box.
And it was fair. Let's see if
It
the
drops
umpire.
fair.
Let's see if the. Oh no, we called it foul. No way, that was fair. No way, we got to take that back to Cooperstown. That was about as fair as day. That ball was way up in the elevator chute over the press box. We could still see it here, just kind of move around a little bit. But that ball was landed fair. Obviously, the umpire didn't see it. First base clearly didn't catch it. Would have been a nice gimme out for them, but
3-2 the payoff pitch for Ryan Chacon.
and
Payoff
ball
is
smoked
driven out into left center
center.
field. It
and
will drop in
falls.
for a hit. 1 run will score.
So an easy double for Tito, or he's going to take third and very nicely sliding in, staying on the bag for a 2 RBI triple with no outs and a from
Tyler Toby in safely, an
count.
RBI triple. That will bring in Ryan Davis. The A's now leading this one 10-1.
So it looks like they did get the memo. They said, hey, let's get a 10-run lead by the 7th inning and maybe leave here early. Let's see.
So that brings in Ryan Davis. Davis 1 for 3. He grounded out his last time up. A pitch over the head of the catcher and
over the head of the hitter, actually. That was right square over Davis's head.
I think it's safe to say that you can safely call that one a wild pitch.
Yeah, very much so.
Did not allow advancement of Toby, though, so we will continue with Tyler Toby at third. A big swing and a miss, and that evens the count at 1 apiece.
Davis is a fairly tall guy. I mean, he's about 6'4". I'm surprised that ball didn't hit him. I mean, you have to throw that ball at least 6'5" and above. That probably hit the backstop on the line. That's why Toby didn't score. Line drive, back up the middle, through to the center
RBI
fielder
single for Ryan Davis.
for an RBI. So now we're up 11-1, and they're going to have a meeting.
That will bring
bump.
up a mound visit from the head coach for the Colorado Rough Riders. Ryan Davis now at first for the Dodge City A's, and we're going to have a pitching change. The night for Chacon is done, and Keegan Soltis coming in from left field, so the carousel of players will occur for the Rough Riders. We will tell you about the changes defensively for the Rough Riders when we return. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Keegan Soltis on the mound now for the Colorado Rough Riders. Ryan Chacon back out in left field again. That will resume play with
Calls late on the 0-0 fastball from the righty. What? Single up the middle. And it looked like a changeup or just a slow fastball for strike 2. At an 0-2 count with no outs, runner on first. Ball away for the 1-2. Kyle's a SoCal guy out of Santa Ana. Switch hitter, mostly in the outfield. See what he does here with the 1-2. Pulls it to the first baseman. Easy one, nobody back at first. That would be the pitcher number 12's job to get over there, but probably a position player, didn't exactly get the memo. So now we got 1 out with Brendan O'Sullivan coming up to the dish. So let's see, the NorCal native from Delta College. See what he does here. Got his blue and nacho colored bat. And I guess a foul ball from the slider from the righty here. Got an 0-1 count. It looked like Kyle may have bluffed at first. Better he stopped immediately on the foul ball. Looks like he's gonna run, and he does. Takes the ball in. Kyle is stealing with a 10-run lead. Not sure why he's doing that. So now we have 1-1. And second base, it's about 3 feet off the bag. Now 2, and he jumps back to position. Ball taken way away. Kyle takes third easily. So we got 2-1 the count with O'Sullivan at the dish. Expect something to the left side. See if we can find a line drive or a ground ball through the hole. Usually pretty good at that. Haven't seen too many balls to the right side from him. He usually fairly pull happy guy, if anything up the middle. And he does so, pulling it past the third baseline, evening the count at 2-2. O'Sullivan at the beginning of the year tells me, hey, I've been playing with a bunch of guys at your school up at East Bay. It's like, oh, it's a good little connection. When I first met him, see what he does with the 2-2 count. Fastball up the middle into the right center gap, easily scoring Kyle. See if he digs for 2. And he'll be slowing up at 1 with the errant throw, but straight to the shortstop. Brings in Kyle to make it 12-1.
12-1 lead for the Dodge City A's. The RBI single for Brendan O'Sullivan. That brings in Andrew Ramirez. Ramirez 1 for 3. He flew out his last time up.
SoCal native out of Walnut, went to South Hills. Now he's committed to Queens College up in the Bronx. Let's see what he does here. Takes ball 1.
Ramirez steps in. He's got 16 RBIs on the season and has also scored 16 runs of his own.
Slips on that pitch, taken for strike 1. Looked like an off-speed pitch. Could have been a slider or spinning curveball or something of that nature. Usually we call that the cement mixer, something that spins but doesn't move.
Cement mixer.
And taken for a ball in the dirt.
Two on the count, and the catcher Miracle having a night behind the plate, getting his work in.
That one's taken for a ball down. Looked like it was a good spot east-west, but just down for 3-1.
Soltis will step off. So the Denver Cougars, after dropping 3 in Dodge City, go back to Colorado and take one from the Game Day Angels, 11-9.
There's strike 2. Let's see what he does here. 3-2 with 1 out. Runner on first. See what the SoCal native does. Takes the hit by pitch from the slip on the mound. Kicks it. Says, "Hey, Dirt, what are you doing there?" And the Taco Bell ring will get him to first base. Which brings to the dish
That will
Izzy.
bring in Menelik Israel. Israel 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. Earlier this evening, the Liberal BJs topped the Colorado Springs Outlaws 15-3.
Jesus.
So the BJs continuing their hot streak in the league.
But hey, who was that one loss to?
Oh, 1 the count now to Izzy.
See what he does here. Runner on first and second. Expect something in the gap. And he
That one's
smokes
hit
it.
high and deep. It's headed out to left field at the track.
Left
It
center
is
for a bomba pa la calle.
gone. A 3-run home run for Izzy, and the A's now lead this one 15-1. A 3-run shot. Here in the bottom of the 5th, the A's have scored 7 runs now. So 8 in the 2nd, now 7 here in the 5th to lead this one 15-1.
That was absolutely smoked. It's always good to see a little piece like that after getting jammed over the shortstop. Find a barrel, throw it over the fence.
That brings in Alex Cummings.
Hey.
Cummings with a little jam shot of his own. Fielded it short. Throw to first in time. Out number 2 for the Dodge City A's.
Well, that was what you don't really usually want to see after a home run. You usually take a second, maybe take a pitch, or maybe foul one off.
That will bring in Brock Denbo. Back at the bottom of the order for the Dodge City A's. Denbo is 0 for 2 in this game. An error his last time up.
Let's see what he does here with 2 outs. Maybe he can find a barrel. Fastball down and away, missed by a lot.
That pitch misses. And every A in the batting order has scored in this game.
That's a interesting stat you don't see very often. But hey, we have scored 1 run, 8 spot, another inning, 7 spot. Usually you spread out your runs, but tonight we compress it all into 2 innings, which is kind of nice. Get to see the 7th inning early here. Slaughter away.
2-1 the count to Brock Denbo. Swung on and missed, and evens the count at 2 apiece.
Deuce is wild on that fastball he just swung through. Takes a fastball to right.
Right
field
fielders
backing
camping.
up.
It's there. That will end the inning for the A's. The A's score 7. We're headed to the top of the 6th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Take this opportunity to thank our double sponsors. Winter Livestock Incorporated, I Don't Care Family Restaurant and Sports Bar, Kelly Hendricks DDS, Western Beverage, Village Square Merchants Association, ITC Great Plains LLC. At ball from the leadoff hitter, Keegan Soltis.
First pitch line over the third baseman. Pretty solid piece to start off the inning.
Leadoff runner aboard for the Rough Riders. We'll finish up Kirby Meat Company, Best Water of Southwest Kansas, Danny Thomas, Victory Electric Cooperative Association Incorporated, and Farm Bureau Wealth Management, and C for Gone. Thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. Dominic Bronk now at bat for the Rough Riders. Takes that pitch. It's hit to...
Taps the ball through the hole, 3-4 side. Runner holds up at second base. Davis looked like a fish out of water on that one. I thought he wanted to dive, but he kind of like whiplashed himself once he hit the ground.
Runners at first and second now for the Rough Riders. Nobody out here in the top of the sixth. That will bring in Mark Hamry.
For a big dude who's 6'4", I'm surprised he didn't get to that ball.
Ethan Batista on the mound for his sixth inning of work. Big swing and a miss, and that will even the count at one apiece for Mark Hamry. The 1-1 count to Mark Hamry. I am now joined in by Ben Smedshammer.
Thank you.
2-1 now to Hamry. Runners on first and second for the Rough Riders. Nobody out. Pitch is fouled off and into the first base dugout. That will even the count at 2 apiece. Ethan Batista cruising so far in this game at 77 pitches, 51 for strikes. That ball bounces, gets away from the catcher Cummings, and that will allow the runners to advance now at second and third. Full count to Mark Hamry. The payoff pitch. Ball's hit back on the ground, fielded by Denbo. Throw to first in time. That will be one away, and that scores one. The A's leading this one 15-2. That brings in Dom Falk. Falk is 0 for 2 in this game. Flew out his last time up. Takes the first pitch he sees outside. Ball number 1.
I'm interested to see how long they let him go this game. This is his longest outing of the year so far.
Pitch misses inside. Now 2-0. We hadn't really talked about the pitching of Ethan Batista. Batista making his 10th appearance for the Dodge City A's. 4-start overall. His longest outing. That ball hit on the ground, fielded by the second baseman. Throw to first in time. That out number 2, and now two have scored. That will bring in Cameron Gardner. Gardner 1 for 2. He flew out his last time up. Batista's longest outing has been 3-inning outings. He's done that 3 times, most recently against the Liberal BJs on July the 4th. The 1-0 pitch misses outside, now 2-0. I believe that is Angelo Zazzarino warming up in the bullpen for the Dodge City A's. 2-0 delivery outside, now 3-0. The 3-0 delivery. That one catches the upper part of the zone, 3-1. Ethan Batista has pitched a total of 17.1 innings so far this season for the A's. A little jam shot that headed out to right field. Morrell will play it off the hop. Runner on first now for the Rough Riders. That will bring in the catcher, Braden Miracle. Miracle 0 for 2. He struck out swinging his last time up. Swing and a miss, and down in the count 0-1. Batista made his last appearance for the Dodge City A's. Another swing and a miss. Batista was last on the mound on Saturday, July the 9th. He pitched against the Denver Cougars 1 inning. Pitch just misses outside. 1-2 now to Miracle. Batista made his last start against the BJs, which was the 3-inning outing. 5 hits, 2 runs, walked 1, and struck out 4 in that contest. 2-2 now the count to Braden Miracle.
Nathan thought both those last 2 pitches got the outer half just a bit off.
One misses outside, a full count. So we will see the payoff pitch from Ethan Batista. Batista pitched in the game against the Rough Riders. He went 2 innings. Gets a strikeout right there. That will end the inning. We are headed to the bottom of the 6th. It will be back at the top of the order with Matthew Sandoval, Tyler Toby, and Ryan Davis due up when we return. You have been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Leading off in the bottom of the 6th, we are back at the top of the order. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. The A's start their 5th trip around the batting order. Michael Widener stepping in. He will take over for Matthew Sandoval. Sandoval went 0 for 1. And it will now be Michael Widener. Widener on the season. And we're probably going to see several changes throughout this lineup. As I see Roberto Gonzalez in the on-deck batter's box for the A's. And there are A's players that are thoroughly enjoying this right now. So Michael Widener steps in. Widener to face Keegan Soltis. Widener steps in. He's hitting 254 hitting 173 on the season. 254 on base percentage. Widener with 9 hits, 8 singles, and 1 double. Takes the first pitch he sees and fouls it off. Down in the count, 0-1. Righty Soltis delivers. That one's hit hard and on the ground, but out of play. Strike number 2. Swung on and missed, and now 1 away for the A's as Widener goes down swinging. Tyler Tobey is due up, but it will be Roberto Gonzalez stepping in. So Tobey went 1 for 2. He tripled his last time up. Roberto Gonzalez will step in to face the righty Soltis. He takes the first pitch he sees down for ball number 1. Roberto Gonzalez on the season hitting .383, a .473 on base percentage. He has 18 hits, 13 singles, 3 doubles, 2 triples. That pitch misses as well. 2-0 the count to Roberto Gonzalez. Pitch misses outside, now 3-0. After a leadoff strikeout, that ball is chopped back over the pitcher's head. Throw to first will not be in time. Roberto Gonzalez on with a single. That will bring in now Carson Wright. Carson Wright will be hitting for Ryan Davis.
Once that ball bounced over the pitcher, I knew the second baseman had no chance with Roberto's speed getting down to first base as fast as he does.
So Ryan Davis went 2 for 4 in this game, and now Carson Wright, he'll take the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. Carson Wright, he steps into the batter's box, hitting .316 on the season, a .480 on base percentage, a swing and a miss, and that evens the count at 1 apiece. Runner on first with Roberto Gonzalez. Ball is hit, foul and out of play. Now down in the count 1-2. Carson Wright has 6 hits on the season, 5 singles, 1 double, 3 RBIs, and has scored 3 runs of his own. 1-2 the count. A's leading this one 15-3. Pitch misses outside, 2-2. The 2-2 delivery from the righty Soltis. He's working from about the middle of the rubber now. That ball's hit hard. It's headed out into left field. It will drop for a hit. It rolls against the wall. Roberto Gonzalez digging for third. He will be held up. It is a stand-up double for Carson Wright. Runners on second and third now for the Dodge City A's. That brings in Kyle Morrell due up. He will step into the batter's box. Morrell has 22 RBIs on the season, has scored 19 runs of his own. He is 0 for 4 in this game. Hit into a fielder's choice his last time up. First pitch he sees down and inside for ball number 1. That one's chopped. Foul down the first base line, fielded and taken by Dylan Weaver standing in the first base coach's box. 1-1 the count to Kyle Morrell. That ball down and in, 2-1 now. The Rough Riders will be down to their final 3 outs coming up in the top of the 7th to try to extend this game. That ball, they say, catches the inner part of the zone, evens the count at 2 apiece. 1 away for the Dodge City A's. Roberto Gonzalez at third and Carson Wright on second. The pitch. That one's popped high into the air. The center fielder giving chase. It will be fielded. It's far enough back. The speedy Gonzalez. Carson Wright caught in a pickle. And he is tagged out. That will end the inning for the A's, but the A's score 1. We're headed into the top of the 7th. The A's leading 16-3. The Rough Riders need to score 4 to extend this game. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. We will take this opportunity to thank our single sponsors, Roger Hedrick, David H. Snap LC, John Wilkerson, Garcia and Antosh, Val Hinton, Jason and Wendy Barnett, and Julian Manuel Garcia. Thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's Baseball. The A's make the call to the bullpen. It is Angelo Zazzarino now on the mound for the Dodge City A's. The night for Ethan Bautista is done. So we will talk about his game numbers. Ethan Batista officially goes 6 innings. He will face 26 batters. He throws 93 pitches, allows 3 runs, struck out 7, walked 2, and allowed 7 hits. So that is the night for Ethan Batista. He will face, or no, it is now Angelo Zazzarino. He will face the leadoff hitter, Ryan Chacon. Chacon takes that one for a strike and evens the count at 1 apiece. It sounds like there is some excitement in the air. Chacon takes that one and drives it foul. Now down in the count 1-2. The 1-2 delivery. That one's outside and evens the count at 2 apiece. It hits against the backstop and rolls back to the catcher Cummings. He'll throw it back to Zazzarino. Swing and a miss, and Chacon will go down on strikes. That will bring in Sam Morris. Morris is 0 for 3. He grounded out his last time up. And the Rough Riders now down to their final 2 outs to try to extend this game and avoid the run rule. At pitch over the head of Morris, ball number 1. The 1-0 delivery from Zazzarino. Zazzarino working from the first base side of the rubber. Strike number 1. Angelo Zazzarino. He is making his 8th appearance for the A's on the mound. The 1-2 delivery from Zazzarino. Catches his own, and Morris will go back to the dugout, struck out looking. That will bring in Wes Miller. Miller is 0 for 1. He struck out swinging his last time up. Angelo Zazzarino, like I said, making his 8th appearance, has pitched 5.2 innings, an 0-1 record, allowed 8 hits, 20 runs, 12 of those earned, walked 15 and struck out 8. He has a 19.059 ERA. He has Wes Miller down in the count 0-1. That ball misses. 1-1 the count to Wes Miller. One misses up high, now 2-1. Three and one now the count for Wes Miller. That ball's popped up. It's headed up the elevator chute. Second baseman Roberto Gonzalez fields it. That will end the game. The A's take this one 16-3. We'll talk about your final game numbers here in just a second. That will end the game. The A's on the evening with this win improved to 11-9 overall, or on the in league play, and improved to 14-15 overall. The Rough Riders will drop to 4-15 in league play. We're back here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock to face these Rough Riders once again. Your final game numbers. The win will go to Ethan Batista. The loss goes to Jack Hamilton. Your final game numbers. The Rough Riders, 3 runs, 7 hits, 4 errors, they strand 5. The Dodge City A's, 16 runs on 10 hits. They do not commit any errors. They will strand 6. And that has been a wrap from Cavalier Field. I am Justin Hergert. I was alongside Ben Smedshammer and also Jacob Klinowski, saying so long and good night from Cavalier Field. The A's win this one 16-3. We'll see you tomorrow night when the A's face these Rough Riders again. Good night.